Green, the start.
On paper, Clark, this is a mismatch, but the game is played on the floor.
I see where you're going with that, BA, but I look at the talent disparity between these teams. It's wide and deep. It's a chasm. So I see no opportunity for any kind of surprise here.
And now let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Charlotte Hornets. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Mark Williams. And it's Okogie in at small forward.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Tatum passes to Porzingis. Outside Holiday. Back to Porzingis. Clock at 6. White for 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Ball looks over the floor. Pass to Bridges. Williams against Tatum. And here's Ball. Three-pointer. The rebound by Jason Tatum. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
And here's Charlotte now. The Celtics making their last shot. Knocks down the long J.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller's so quick off the catch.
Here's Holiday. And he buries his first look.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And Williams punches it home.
Well, I tell you what, the big guy knows how to do that. Throw it down.
For Boston, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's Tatum. There's the drive. Oh, a big-time jam. Slams it right over Williams.
An athletic forward who dunks it with style. Showing off his dunking ability right there.
And it's Ball off the drive.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And there's the call on LaMelo Ball. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Porzingis passes to Holiday. Back to Porzingis. Drops in the layup for 2.
Inside, Porzingis has a lot of advantages. He's stronger than he looked, and we know how tall he is, north of 7 feet, and he's got a super soft touch.
On the wing, Holiday, pounded by Ball. Porzingis with a screen on Ball. It's Holiday with a drive.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Porzingis finds Tatum. Just 5 to shoot. Outside White. Pass to Porzingis. Outside Holiday. Second shot opportunity. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. BA?
Business as usual, Allie. Thanks. Here's Tatum. And he misses the go-ahead basket. The Hornets have gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. And given LaMelo Ball is 6'7", how does this give him an advantage in his position, Greg?
Well, BA, he's able to score on smaller guards, as well as see over them and find his teammates. His height and quick decision-making are real weapons.
Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Tatum's athleticism as he drives, really impressive. I mean, just spreading the defense to pieces there.
Ball outside. Misses the 3. Boston's gone 0 for 2 from outside. White, the pass to Tatum. 27 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And finished off by Tatum.
And watch how Tatum navigates the contact. Just one of the many go-to moves for him in the paint.
Here's Ball. And Ball throws it down.
It's very difficult to slow him down defensively, especially when you have communication problems.
Holiday passes to Tatum. From the arc. No good on the buzzer beater. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
To me, it's been the ball movement. That's been the key. I mean, going from good to great. Not settling for a good shot, making that extra pass, keeping the defense off balance, and taking great shots.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
On the court for Charlotte. Ball.
My goodness. Come on now. Such an athletic guy. Bridges just hammers it down.
Well, with the Hornets, they're still seeking their first NBA title, Clark.
Yep, and you think about all the talent that's come through the Queen City, BA. Playoff success has eluded them. I mean, hopefully it's just a matter of time before their fans have something to cheer about.
And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Outside Holiday.
Hornets foul. Josh Okogie. 3rd personal foul. 2nd team foul.
Here's Tatum. Give him 8 points now. 6 to shoot. Fires at the elbow. And the shot goes. Tatum's got 10.
Well, Tatum can find the shot he wants just about anywhere. He's got that kind of versatility.
And it's Bridges with the jam.
Perfect communication and timing on that alley-oop. Bridges saw the opening and then bounced right to the rim.
Now here's Holiday. And Holiday powers it home.
I'll tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Ball passes to Bridges. Back to Ball. Miller with it. Here's Okogie. Gets the 3 ball to go. Okogie's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Celtics trail by 7. Now Tatum. 10 points for him. Oh, a big-time jam. Slams it right over Williams.
Tatum clearly putting on a show in this one. Doing it all.
Here's Miller. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Now here's Tatum. 12 points for him. Porzingis with a screen on Miller. They kick it out to Porzingis. The Hornets pull it in.
Well, it's a make-or-miss league. Sometimes the Jays just don't fall. It wasn't a bad shot.
Pass to Okogie. Now Ball. He's guarded by White. Williams a screen on White. The three from Ball. Porzingis grabs the board. And it's Holiday with the ball for the Boston Celtics. 7-point differential and the creative LaMelo Ball. Anytime he touches the rock, Clark, you expect a highlight reel play. How fun is he?
Yeah, he's a lot of fun to watch. He's so uber creative, and he's got a flash and a flair to his game, but he's highly skilled and fundamentally sound, too. That's the one part that sometimes can be lost amidst all the flash, but he's a fun guy to watch. That's for sure.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleep.
Here's Miller. And he goes in for the dunk.
Well, that's his heads-up play on the glass by Okogie. Not only did he retrieve the rebound, he scored as well.
Outside Tatum, driving inside, and finished off by Tatum.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Outside Porzingis. Porzingis, big strides. Oh, Williams with the block. Here's Okogie. Ball outside. Williams a screen on White. There's Ball with a three. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
Now here's Brown. Oh, Brown just throws it down.
Big-time hops on display there. What a throwdown by Brown.
The three is up. Boston pulls it in. Now here's Holiday. Fires the three. No good. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. And you know, Jason Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Luke Cornett out there with Al Horford. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Hauser in at the 3, the small forward. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. Now here's Mann. Well, Clark, we hear coaches often say, trust your team.
Oh!
Yeah!
Come on,
Away!
with authority. And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for us.
Horford, a screen on Green. Here's Shireman. Green covering. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Hauser. 3-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And there's Green on the assist from Williams.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
Pritchard, the pass to Horford. To the inside. Here's Pritchard. Jacks up a 3. Diabate grabs the board.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that 3 a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
Balanced play has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
A new day. The Spurs' Victor Wembanyama said a few years back it was more of a guards game, but now it's come back to a big men's game. We've got guys all around the league who do a lot of stuff despite being very tall. It's the way the game changes. You just have to adapt. Brian, the gauntlet has been thrown.
And I like it. Good stuff, Allie. Thank you. Here's Nurkic. Pass to Diabate. Down low. Here's Green. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. Green's got 5 points.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Again, the miss by Boston.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
And there's the foul. It's on Trey Mann. That's foul number 2 for him.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
And a second look at that rejection, taking no prisoners on defense there.
Those kinds of plays are the ones that get you on the lead and help keep you in front.
Pass to Diabate. Back to Mann. Lets the 3 fly. Kept alive.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Drives to the hoop. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up.
And if it doesn't, this is only going to get ugly. I mean, that's no way to defend a player of his caliber. He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
The recent years have been a bit of a struggle for the Hornets, Clark.
No doubt about it, B.A. I mean, they've dealt with injuries that have really been problematic and roster changes as well. I mean, very much a team in transition, trying to figure out who they are and what they can be. And it's hard to get things clicking when you're having changes in your roster compounded by injuries as well.
Oh, man, exploding to the rim.
Yep, makes the simple play.
Yeah, he still made it look good, though.
Williams from long range drops in the 3. Williams has got his first 3 points of the game.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Cornette passes to Horford. Here's Shireman. Off target with the 3. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 19-4 run. Outside man. In the air. And he takes it up and lays it in. Man's got 11 here in the quarter alone.
Oh, fantastic adjustment on the shot against tight defense.
Such a wide open look.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
Charlotte leading by 23.
If they take their time, this will be the final possession of the quarter.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
Charlotte gets it back. Nurkic finds Green from outside the arc. And it's Cornette with a rebound. From downtown. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets ending the period up by a staggering 23 points. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. So it's the Hornets now on the court for the Hornets. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there. Josh Okogie. And it's Williams in at the center.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
White for 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Williams has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Ball way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Well, you got to love how quick Ball's shot is. Doesn't take a lot of time to get himself squared up.
Inside, here's Tatum, and finished off by Tatum.
A bit undersized. His hops make him a legit small ball four.
Up top Ball, he's covered by Holiday. Pass to Bridges. On the take. Oh, wow! Oh,
What's up?
big finish. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
How about that burst and bounce from Bridges on the throwdown as he rolled right by the defenders?
The three from Ball. Offensive rebound. Miller, the pass to Bridges. Shot clock at 5. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. Tatum's got his 5th rebound in this one. And here's Brown for 3. Connects from downtown.
When JB is on from here, it really boosts his team.
Miller on the wing. Lets it go from deep. Boston with a rebound. Here's Tatum from deep three-point land. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got his 6th rebound on the night. Brown against Bridges. Miller outside. He shoots. Charlotte, no good that time either.
You know, the fact is, he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
Porzingis misses.
You know, no wonder he's been off the mark. I think he's been a little bit too much in the background, uninvolved so far tonight.
Here's Ball. Back to Okogie. He takes it in. Out to Bridges. It's stolen by Holiday. And here's Tatum to the paint. Here's Porzingis. And he banks in the layup.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
Ball against Holiday. Ball passes to Miller. Three-pointer. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball.
Yeah, a sign of things to come, hopefully. I mean, once Miller gets going, he is capable of dominating games.
And the basket by Holiday.
I like that. Punch it inside. You usually end up with a good shot and or get fouled.
Up top Ball. He's covered by Holiday. Ball passes to Williams. The kick out to Ball. Pass to Okogie. Clock at 4. And a miss there on the triple. For Boston, they've got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Hornets.
They made the most of the extra rebounds tonight. Helped them out a lot.
So when you look at these teams, they're both great rebounding clubs. And any night, either one could have the advantage on the boards.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Brandon Miller.
He was just everywhere for them on both ends, really, just showing a lot of aggressiveness and intensity.
Here's Miller, and he jams it home with authority.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
Sends it home from three-point land.
And, you know, this is Drew Holiday's role. He's out there to run the offense and get his guys going.
This is what winning is all about, playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Pass to Williams. Here's Ball, and Ball throws it down.
Woo! BA, that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good.
Ammonia strong, we call that. Wear that rim out.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, BA. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game.
matchup we have here in the front court break.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. Halliburton is out there with Aaron Nesmith, and it's Walker in at the 3 spot. Now, here's Nesmith. Shot clock at 6. Here's Halliburton. The layup off target. And here's Boston. And here's White. Siakam pulls it in.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with Joe Mazzulla. I asked him about the challenge of facing Miles Turner, and he said this guy is a problem for our offense. Miles is an incredible shot blocker. You have to know where he is on the floor at all times. Now, we don't normally hear a coach talk about somebody's defense first, but Turner is that guy. Fellas?
Thank you, David. So the Indiana Pacers able to put the first points up on the board. Tatum with a screen on Halliburton. White, good.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
And the way the Celtics can attack teams' doors with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen. Well, Jason Tatum with the answer from 3. That's how you stop an opponent's momentum.
Halliburton with it, now guarded by Tatum. He was all alone on that one.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that 3-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Tatum, that one's not going to go. Good D by Siakam. Pass to Turner. Back to Siakam. He shoots again. Nesmith with the ball. And the 3 off target. Here's Tatum. They get it back. Porzingis kicks to Holiday. High arcing shot, and he sinks the layup.
Nifty make there from Holiday. There's such a nice pace to his game. The floater fits him well.
Halliburton against Holiday. Oh, the jam by Halliburton!
I'd say big-time finisher, Tyrese Halliburton. Take off. Let him hear you, Tyrese.
White drives in. Chalk up 2 there.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Now, here is Halliburton. He has 5. Drills it from outside. Nesmith has got 5.
But Halliburton can be so clever with the basketball, helps yet another teammate take advantage of an opening.
Holiday, no one around him. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really affects his entire team.
Back to Halliburton. Siakam sets a screen for Halliburton, and it's off from 3-point range. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Boston. They trail by 1.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Holiday finds White. The kick out to Holiday. Over Nesmith. Bounces high off the rim and drops. 7 points in the game.
And capable of making these in his sleep. Holiday has tremendous confidence and touch on that mid-range.
Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Pacers?
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
On the court right now for the Pacers. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. Aaron Nesmith is out there with Tyrese Halliburton, and it's Walker in at the small forward position. On the Pacers' doors last season, trading for Pascal Siakam to complement this hungry team.
And Kevin, it's important in a couple of ways. First of all, he's a two-time All-Star who's got a championship pedigree. The other part of this is Indiana is an equal opportunity offense, so they want to share the basketball. But Pascal brings individual playmaking and shot making, and sometimes that's a must-have in this league.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Pascal Siakam is nominally a power forward, but his versatility at both ends of the floor allows him to play a number of roles. Siakam says that's where the NBA has been going. It's always positionless basketball. I feel like I can do anything. And in today's game, Kevin, that means tremendous value for Siakam. Back to you.
Doesn't it? My goodness, David, he is something else. Thank you very much. Holiday, the pass to Tatum. That 3 off the mark.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Siakam.
You have to love the aggression right there. He's got the vertical, might as well put it to good use.
Holiday up top. Nesmith covering. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
What a masterful job on the defensive end. Did everything possible to alter that shot.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's White. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And we talk about Derek White, Doris. How impressive has his rise been?
Kevin, it's been both impressive and sometimes feels improbable. He was not highly recruited. There were no expectations on him when he arrived in the NBA. This guy has turned himself into one of the premier defenders from the guard spot, an excellent shot blocker, and so rock steady as a ball handler on the offensive end.
Walker is screen on Holiday. Here's Halliburton. Turner finds Halliburton. Indiana needs to get a shot on. And the dunk by Walker.
When Jarris Walker stuffs it, we feel those pucks over here.
Holiday looking over the floor. Fires from deep. And it's Halliburton with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Walker. Back to Halliburton. White against Siakam. Banked in off the glass. Siakam's got the lead up to 8 now for the Pacers.
Well, high percentage shots are always at a premium. Pascal Siakam gets a great look there.
On to White. Outside Tatum. Brown with a screen on Siakam. Here's Tatum. Back to White. Pass to Brown. Holiday with it. 9 points in the game so far. Second chance shot. Misses the baby hook.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Halliburton outside. 1:09 left in the first half of basketball. And Turner kicks to Halliburton. Stolen by Tatum. Outside Holiday. Brown against Walker. Brown the pass to Holiday. Tatum with the screen on Turner. Outside Tatum. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
How about Turner's ability to anticipate when the shooter's going to release? Couldn't be better at timing his rejections.
Walker finds Siakam. Well, Doris, before he started playing basketball, Siakam was on the path, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
Pascal Siakam
And this
taking 2 shots. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Halliburton passes to Walker. Moves back up. Kicks it out to Siakam. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Indiana bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We come back right after this. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Celtics trail by 7. Torrey Craig is out there with Horford. And it's Cornet in at the center. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
It's Nembhard on the wing. And a miss there on the triple. The Celtics shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Takes it inside. Nembhard's shot is good. And the Pacers lead by 7.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And, boy, that's a terrific start right there.
A shot by Pritchard, no good.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Shepard, that's good.
What a heads-up play by Obi. Top and feeds the open man. Easy opportunity.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. To the middle, here's Horford. And a dunk by Horford.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Toppin sets a screen for Shepard. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
Here's Pritchard. No scoring in this one. Outside, Horford. Pass to Cornet. 6 to shoot. Here's Hauser. Nembhard covering. Cornet. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Pacers leading by 9. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. There's a screen by Toppin. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
Tries again, and Horford with the lay-in. Horford's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, you love Horford pounding the offensive glass. Extra possessions, so many opportunities for your team.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
1:58 left in the third quarter. Good on the bucket. Nembhard's got the lead up to 11 now for Indiana. It's been a few years now, Doris, but it feels like point guard is the position in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, we certainly have our share of great point guards. Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they seem to be in the MVP conversation consistently. But the last couple MVPs, you look back, you've got a couple of centers. For a long time, the small forward spot dominated the game. It's really something that's in constant flux.
Pass to Toppin. And he goes big with the dunk right over Al Horford.
My goodness, Toppin puts on a show. What a special dunker this guy is.
Here's Pritchard. He has yet to score. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Toppin up top. And Toppin throws it down.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Here's Hauser. Drills the three-pointer. Hauser's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the three. It's really that simple, guys.
Now, Nembhard. 6 points for him. Tried to come right back with the three of his own. It's no good. Now, here's Craig. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Craig's got his first bucket of the night.
What an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
With the floater. And it's Shepard missing.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And Halliburton's got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. Halliburton is out there with Aaron Nesmith. And it's Walker in at the small forward. Outside Tatum. Takes a 3. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Turner's got his 5th rebound in this one. Halliburton finds Turner. Lets the 3 fly. The shot will not fall.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And here's Tatum for 3. Boston getting another chance here. Brown dishes to Tatum. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. The 3 is drilled by Tatum.
What a weapon the 3 has become for Jason Tatum. Look out.
Holiday against Halliburton. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Pacers lead by 12.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points. Here's Siakam. tried to bank it in, but he misses. The Celtics have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And Holiday kicks to Porzingis. Back to Holiday. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Indiana leading by 10. Fires away from outside. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball.
Turner against White. Porzingis comes with the double team. And a wide open look for Siakam. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, you love the confidence from Pascal Siakam. Ready on the catch, rise and fire. Nicely done.
And here's Tatum for 3. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 6 rebounds in the game. Down low. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
So we're talking about a tough individual competitor in Pascal Siakam. He goes right at the defense.
Greg, in January 2024, Pascal Siakam was traded out of Toronto.
And he came into the league an older player from a mid-major school. The Raptors did a lot to help Siakam, turning him into an all-NBA caliber player.
Brown against Walker. 1:46 left in the fourth. Can't hit from in close. Here's White, and White with the stuff.
Derek White saying it's not just them big fellas who've got some hops. I can put it down. Yes, sir.
1:39 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Nesmith. Connects from three-point range. And the Pacers lead by 17.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Tatum with a screen on Walker. The kick out to Tatum. No good with the triple.
He needs to drive to the rim. The shot just not going.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Pacers.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Tyrese Halliburton.
This guy putting on a passing clinic. If you want to know how to run an offense, roll back the tape from this evening.
On defense, Boston, 17-point game.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Holiday, the pass to Porzingis. Lets it go with the 3. The shot by Holiday, no good. Here's Indiana now. They're on a 17-7 run. And here's Walker. Offensive rebound.
Right, this is the size of Miles Turner because he's so skilled at using it to pick up these fouls.
That free throw good from Turner.
Shooting for Indiana, Miles Turner.
He doesn't get the second one. Brown outside. Again, the miss by the Celtics. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about.
Position of a look at Indiana's starting group. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Halliburton is out there with Aaron Nesmith. And it's Walker in at the small forward. And for Charlotte, Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Josh Okogie. And it's Williams in at the center position. And the highlight of this game could be the matchup at the 5 spot, Clark.
You know, Brian, we've seen strong play at the center position these last few years, and we've got 2 bigs who can each take over a game, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun watching them square off.
And the Hornets with possession here after the basket by Indiana. Here's Ball. The Pacers pull it in. Right side, Nesmith. Walker. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes. You know, between his skills, his motor, and his physical ability, Walker came into the league more ready for the NBA than most first-year guys.
Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Nesmith's shot is off.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Miller with it, and Walker picks him up defensively. Lets it fly. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in.
Well, you got to love how quick Ball's shot is. Doesn't take a lot of time to get himself squared up.
Allie LaForce had a chance to catch up with head coach Charles Lee. Allie, what do you have to offer?
I asked him if there was a plan in place to slow down Halliburton, and Coach joked, hey, if a plan existed, somebody smarter than me would have come up with it. Tyrese impacts the game in too many ways for us to neutralize. We just need to do what we can to make life difficult for him.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Now here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Mark Williams. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Now here's Halliburton. He's guarded closely. Takes the 3. Oh my! Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Second team foul.
That's on Mark Williams. Okogie on the wing, defended by Halliburton. Williams with the screen. Great open look there. Ball's got 5 now.
The defense must honor Ball's 3-point shot. He's more than ready to snipe away if you give him the opportunity to do so.
And there's just 1 foul now away from the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Halliburton looking for an opening. And the jam by Walker.
Nice slam by the big man Walker, making his presence felt there inside.
Ball. Indiana with a rebound. First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. It's hard to question the energy LaMelo Ball brings to the court every night, Clark.
It certainly is, and it's contagious, B.A. That's what I like about it. He elevates other guys. As a teammate playing with LaMelo, he elevates your energy level because you've got to match his. He gives the team, I think, a nice edge in being able to perform on a consistent basis.
Here's Ball. The Pacers making their last shot. And Charlotte, another 3.
Boy, because of his athleticism, when Josh Okogie is knocking down the 3-point shot, he is really uber dangerous.
Halliburton. Siakam against Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
That one's good for 2.
Great speed displayed that time by Tyrese Halliburton. Went right to the rack when he saw the gap in the defense.
Now Outside, Williams. Okogie, the pass to Ball. 6 on the shot clock. Screen by Bridges. The 3 ball. Ball no good. Pacers trail by 3. And here's Siakam for 3. Yes! Great play by Walker to set it up.
Yeah, and when it comes to finishing plays, Siakam can beat you back to the basket, facing up and, of course, in transition. Here's Okogie.
No! Stopping him there! Jams it in, and he's fouled! An opportunity at a three-point play. It's going to be on Tyrese Halliburton. Charlotte shooting their first free throw of the night here. And the Pacers started last season all offense, Grant, but even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it. Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Ball. Pass to Okogie. Ball right side. Count it. He's 4 for 8 now.
Boy, Ball plays with so much confidence. You know this guy believes in what he can do, including finding ways to score it inside.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Now here's Halliburton. He's covered closely. Another miss. He's 2 for 4. Ball with it. Great D that time from Halliburton. Got it up. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. The first quarter all wrapped up. And it's been an exciting game so far. Hornets out in front. They're up by 2. And the second. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Hornets.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass.
On the court for the Pacers, second quarter underway. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Nesmith out there with Halliburton, and it's Walker in at the 3. Siakam, the pass to Turner, and it's in there. Turner's got his first basket of the night.
A big-time presence in the post. That's exactly what they want from Turner.
Oh, with a head of steam. Lays it up and banks it in.
You know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Halliburton outside. Siakam the screen. Lets the 3 fly. Halliburton misses.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Well, the first 7.5 seasons of Pascal Siakam's career were in Toronto. But Clark, a fresh start here with the Pacers.
You know, it's great for the Indiana Pacers because Pascal Siakam wanted to be part of this group. He saw a nucleus of young talent that had a chance to be competitive in the East and chase a championship. So he signed a nice big contract this summer to remain a key contributor for them moving forward. Actually, he'll be the hub of the wheel along with Tyrese Halliburton.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Ryan, the Pacers love to push it up. Tyrese Halliburton said it's our biggest strength. Teams don't want to run with us. They know when you play us, have your track shoes ready, especially if you're coming off of a back-to-back or if you have a packed schedule. You do not want to see us. Ryan, they have their identity.
No doubt about that, and it starts with him.
Tough move by Miller, having to absorb the foul while taking his shot.
Well, Clark, every player should know their leash with the officials.
Very much so, but I think most players should keep their mouths shut. There's too much yakking at officials, in my mind. It takes away from the beauty of the game. It's an eyesore, and I wish more players would just play and keep their mouths shut, especially when it comes to talking to the officials. How about Halliburton? This fella going right to the rim, sneak dunking on that attack. Impressive.
There's Ball with a 3. The rebound by Turner. Pacers trail by 6. He stops. He pops. Nesmith's shot is off. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Ball in the paint.
Boy, making it look very easy. Ball has been unguardable tonight.
And so it's Halliburton with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. It's Walker on the wing. Shoots over ball. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got his 5th rebound in this one. And in recent seasons, Grant, almost no team's been hit by the injury bug as much as the Hornets.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, you wonder what they could have done if they'd stayed healthy. They built the team around key players, and those guys have just missed a lot of time.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Halliburton outside. Siakam the screen. Halliburton, the pass to Nesmith. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Now the Hornets moving it up. There's Ball with a 3. Deep range. LaMelo. What focus.
A lot of different ways to knock down shots, and Ball's form is certainly unorthodox, but it works for him, and he's got a really quick release that allows him to get it off.
And then Siakam with the jam.
Boy, nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Here's Halliburton. What a take from Halliburton.
Halliburton's quickness and agility really makes him hard to deal with, especially when he's in close like that.
Now here's Ball. Nesmith covering. Ball passes to Bridges. Miller, he's open. Bridges, a screen on Walker. Here's Miller. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
3-pointer, Halliburton. Nesmith. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Woo, hard work creating the second chance opportunity.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's Ball. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 4 rebounds now. From 18 feet away. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets going into the break up 12. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you... Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at LaMelo Ball in this game. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
We've got Grant Williams, Trey Mann out there with Green. Then it's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Diabate in at the 4. That's the Hornets 5.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
And there's the screen. Here's Nembhard. Offline with a 3. Charlotte leading by 14. Outside man. Pass to Nurkic. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Johnson, he's checked in for Indiana.
Number 16, James Johnson.
Here's Mann. The 3. And Bryant pulls it down. Oh, and a fast break for the Pacers. He pulls it. Nembhard, good. Nembhard's got his first bucket in this one.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Here's Mann. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Mann. There's a screen by Nurkic. Just 4 to shoot. Mann, the pass to Nurkic. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. And the Hornets lead by 14.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
To the middle. Three-pointer, Mathurin. Rebounded by Nurkic. The Hornets have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Man, the pass to Nurkic. Now Green. He's covered by Mathurin. Nurkic against Bryant. They get it back. Pacers trail by 14. Toppin outside. Driving to the basket. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim. Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and they'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
That one misses. Charlotte leading by 14. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Here's Mann. Soft touch off the glass.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Now here's Nembhard. He's closely guarded. And here's Bryant outside. The rebound by Mann. Charlotte has gotten 5 of their 9 attempts from deep to go.
Oh, the big man, Nurkic, from super close range.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. There's a screen by Toppin. Buries it down low. Nembhard's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. And the Hornets lead by 19.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Almost converts despite the contact.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
And you think about the value Andrew Nembhard provides. Clark, he really excels at running the offense.
He's the quintessential point guard, B.A. Has a great feel for setting up his teammates for what they're trying to get done. Plays with tremendous pace and great confidence. He typically doesn't over-dribble and is unafraid of any moment.
Snatched up. Here's Diabate. And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass, getting it done.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And he'll take his third and fourth free throws of the night. First free throw is good.
Andrew Nembhard taking 2 shots.
Both shots good from the stripe. Charlotte leading by 17. Outside man. To the inside. These are his first free throws of the game. The first one falls. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Pacers trail by 19. Now here's Nembhard. Give him 8. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. On target from range. Mathurin's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
There's a screen by Nurkic. Williams from long range. Indiana with a rebound. Toppin outside. Fires for three. Here's Bryant, and then Bryant with the dunk.
Grabs the board and goes right in for the putback. I love it, B.A.
Yeah, wanting to close the gap. Makes sense to get aggressive on the glass here.
Well, I don't think it would be a bad idea, but I mean, they could use all the second chance points they can get.
And so it's Charlotte up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. Building. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the 4th quarter. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Aaron Nesmith is out there with Halliburton. And it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward.
An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
Now Halliburton takes a 3. Oh, Hallie, the Rainmaker.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
Here's Ball. The kick out to Williams. Now here's Ball. Nesmith covering. Ball no good. Pacers trail by 13. Outside Nesmith. We played just over a minute here in the 4th. And he lays it up and in.
When he gets room like that, look out, because he will score.
Ball right side. Yep, that one goes. The Ball's got 23 points.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
Priority and goal number 1 has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Halliburton outside. And it's Indiana scoring again.
Like the way Halliburton continues to take more responsibility on the offensive end. His game warrants that he does that.
Okogie's shot is off. Ball with a steal. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th here. Miller outside. Ball finds Miller. Walker with a steal. Here's Turner, and then Turner with the dunk.
Boy, that's just too easy, guys. Turner, a player you can't allow to get free near the rack. He's a great dunker. Bang.
The BA, when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice.
And, guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
The kick out to Williams. And Turner with the block.
There's the defensive presence they want from Turner. Hustling and using his mobility to send it back.
And there's the call on LaMelo Ball. That's his first foul of the game.
Team foul.
Just about 3 minutes through the 4th and final quarter here.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Walker against Ball. And the jam by Walker.
This has been fun to watch. I mean, they've managed to go on a run just when it looked like this might be over.
And what a huge injection of energy they got here in crunch time. Suddenly, they're an offensive juggernaut.
There's Ball with a 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. Turner's got his 5th rebound in this one. And Nesmith gets it to go.
And they're on a big run to make this game interesting. Can't let up now.
I think they will. I mean, they're close enough to taste it. So they're going to keep that pressure on and keep coming at it.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Three-pointer, Halliburton. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Williams has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Okogie's shot is off. Pacers trail by 6.
Things aren't looking good here. I mean, they need points and they need them now.
It doesn't look good, even with a quick bucket here.
Outside Nesmith. Siakam with a screen on Miller. Nesmith's shot is off.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that.
The three from Ball. The rebound by Turner. Now here's Neesmith. Guarded by Miller. There's a screen by Turner. Halliburton for three. It's tipped.
Boy, a really good shot blocker for a wing. Bridges elevates quickly and has an excellent sense of timing.
Oh, he nails it! What a beautiful shot! Brings them within three! And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
Sure, it's not over. The block is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
Second team foul.
He gets the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws good, and it's a 5-point game.
And that makes it a two-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
And it's out of bounds to Indiana.
I love it. Nice activity defensively. Getting in there to disrupt the pass.
19 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Siakam for three.
You know, as a defender, Bridges is pretty intimidating. I mean, he does a good job of working at keeping you smothered up.
The three from Ball. Knocks down the triple. And so it's Charlotte winning this one. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they start...
RJ. This could be a battle won in the trenches. Each team with a formidable front court.
Yeah, both these teams are loaded with a lot of skill down low. Kind of old school. Should be a physical contest.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. And it's Porzingis in at the 5. Now here's Tatum. Sinks the triple. Tatum's got the first 3 points tonight for the Celtics.
Watch out. Tatum's going to stretch the defense all over the place if he's knocking down threes from the corner.
Ball. Pass to Okogie. It's stolen by White. And here comes White, leading the fast break. The offensive rebound. Tatum on the wing. To the inside. Taken away by Williams. Miller outside. About a minute played so far here in the first. Okogie, the pass to Miller. Trains the three-pointer.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass was coming.
And Derek White, he's one of the most valuable guards, Richard, in the NBA.
White can play the one, he can shoot the ball, plus he is an all-league defender. So Derek White gives you everything you want in your backcourt.
One thing this team likes about Miles Bridges, Greg, he plays a lot. He's always there.
And Kevin, on a couple occasions, Bridges has been near the top in minutes played. He's got that strong 6'7" frame, and it holds up well over the season.
Now, here's Ball. The rebound by Holiday. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Round kicks to Holiday. Boston getting another chance here. And Holiday throws it down.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Here's Ball. The kick out to Williams. Charlotte no good that time either. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Over in the corner, Brown. Out to White. Pass to Holiday. Clock at 6. Tatum setting the pick for Holiday. From deep three-point land. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said, we can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. And Holiday kicks to Porzingis. Nice ball movement by Boston. Tatum on the wing. Defended by Bridges. The kick out to Brown. Driving to the basket. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And the balance Brown has on these takes, refusing to let the D get the upper hand.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Well, he didn't exactly light it up from the free throw line a season ago. Shot right around 70%.
Now, here's Ball. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
One of the best in the business, absolutely. Looking at the Hornets, Greg, they're still in pursuit of their first trip to the NBA Finals.
And, Kevin, I hope it happens soon because their fan base deserves it. They've stuck with this team through some difficult years. It's about time they get rewarded.
Now, here's Tatum following the miss by Porzingis. Tatum with it. Bridges with the board. 1:07 left in the first quarter. That ties the game.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Tatum passes to Brown. From 13. Not going to go that time. The Hornets have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Ball from long range. A three-pointer is right on target.
Oh, sweet pull-up game from LaMelo. The young man has so much confidence in his ability.
The deep three from Tatum. Tatum with another miss.
Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
Oh, just an impressive dunker of the basketball. I love how Bridges just takes the initiative and gets funky with his throwdown.
Austin with the ball. Following the bucket by the Hornets. Outside Holiday. Out to Porzingis. Austin needs to get off a shot. Here's Brown. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that does it for the first quarter. Hornets lead. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Miles Bridges is out there with Williams, and it's Okogie in at the small forward position. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with. Shots good by Miller.
A huge reason Miller went so high in the draft. His three-point stroke. It's exactly what you want in a wing.
Back to Tatum. Launches it. They get it again. Porzingis passes to Brown. The three from Tatum. The kick out to Brown. Pass to Tatum. And there's the call on Mark Williams. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
And stolen by Miller. Outside, Ball. Back to Miller. Williams sets a screen for Miller. Ball, a screen on White. 5 on the clock. Launches a three. Ball, no good.
And sometimes on defense, you could just get lucky.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
They get a hand on it. Porzingis kicks to White. Oh, and here comes Miller all alone. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
He's just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning. He is going to hammer it home.
Over the last few seasons, we've seen the resurgence of Porzingis. And Richard, it has been fun to watch.
Kevin, he's been effective on both sides of the ball. He's always been a good player, but his recent fit has really improved his play.
Now Ball. After Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer. Jacks up a three, and that's good. LaMelo Ball for three. And now an 11-point Hornets lead.
And Ball continues to show he can drain threes. The defense must adjust or he is going to keep doing damage.
Now here's Tatum. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. White against Miller.
You have got to be kidding.
Talk about taking things into your own hands. And so Holiday will bring it up for Boston. It's a 13-point game. Traps in the tray.
The reflexes on Porzingis can surprise you. For a big, he plays with great quickness.
And it's Williams with the jam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now here's Porzingis. The kick out to Tatum. Porzingis with a screen on Bridges. Tatum off the drive. Tatum with force.
Exploding at the rim. Tatum shows you the right way to finish off a drive.
Ball against Holiday. Ball feeling it out a bit. Softly drops in the floater. Ball's got his third bucket of the night.
Making the floater look this smooth is not as easy as it looks. It's a challenging shot.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, textbook positioning there for Porzingis. Once he's established it, he's gonna have the advantage and able to finish that one above the rim.
And it goes down 2 points.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Now here's Brown. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Richard, when you talk about Jaylen Brown, many scouts felt he'd never be a #1 level option offensively. But he's proven some people wrong.
Kevin, many scouts have been wrong many times. The question has been answered. He wasn't a great shooter when he first came into the league, and his ball handling also needed to improve. But now, both of those are strengths in his game.
Here's Tatum. White trying to get open. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Hornets leading by 11. Okogie for 3. They get it back. Fires the 3. Drills it from outside. Okogie's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Tatum down low. He's against Bridges. And the dunk by Tatum.
Tatum reminding the defense, like, yo, you cannot stop him.
Here's Miller. The kick out to Ball. Oh, good on the triple. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Hornets on top, up by 12. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
It's time for your fan half-court shots. Please direct your attention to center court.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Nice game. Great performance so far by LaMelo Ball.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Starting off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. They've got Horford. And it's Tillman in at the 4 spot. Craig can't get it to go. Charlotte leading by 12. And RJ, the combination of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown winning a title together. That's something else.
There was some small talk going around about breaking them up. Good thing for the Celtic front office, they kept them both. In their first 7 seasons as a duo, they have 5 trips to the conference finals. That is a ridiculous run.
Here's Hauser. Over to the wing. Horford the pass to Craig. 4 on the clock. Horford sets a screen for Craig. And the rebound by Nurkic.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. 3-pointer, Horford. Diabate grabs the board. Charlotte has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. And finished off by Nurkic.
And get out of the way. Nurkic drives with tremendous physicality.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Pass to Hauser from outside the arc. He can't hit that time. Hornets leading by 16. Mann gets the bucket. Mann's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, improving dialogue between players and officials is a priority. Commissioner Silver says, now with high-fidelity audio, we're all able to hear a lot of what's being said. Now we have to take into account the high-stress environment. But there has to be a two-way sense of respect. I feel it's an area where we can make progress. Kevin?
You know, the commissioner's always looking ahead and looking at every area, which is great for the game.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Pass to Nurkic. Back to Mann. Richard, we've seen how far basketball has evolved from 10 years ago to 5 years ago to now. What is it looking like when you go ahead 5 or 10 years?
I think in 5 to 10 years, we're going to see more and more centers that are just so skilled. Taller players, more Kevin Durant's. You're going to see more Wemby's. You're going to see more Chet Holmgrens because they're not just putting the tall guy underneath the basket. They're giving him the ball and teaching him how to run pick and roll now.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
Offensive rebound. Pass to Mann. This one for 3. Here's the 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. Mann's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Hornets. Horford. And a dunk by Horford.
And with a strong finish, he finally ends that 13-0 run by the Hornets.
Lets it go from deep. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Good on the triple. Green's got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
So it's the Hornets now, following the 3-pointer by Boston. Back to Mann. Williams for 3. Offensive rebound. On the wing, Mann. There's the 3. On the wing, Mann. Knocks down the 3 ball. Mann has got 12.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
And the wide open shot from Green. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And so it's Charlotte having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Mark Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's a Kogi in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Yeah, and you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
So it's the Hornets now. Miller outside. That shot, no good. Now here's Brown. T right on him. And here's Porzingis for a three. Cans it from downtown.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball.
Like what? Like, what is going on right now?
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. White, wide open. He fires. No good on the three. For Charlotte, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Ball against Holiday. Miller outside. The tray. And Tatum pulls it down. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Connects from three-point range.
Every time Tatum finds his shot, he'll take it. He loves to fill it up from range.
No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That one is on Holiday. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Hornets?
Oh, they've done a lot of damage in transition. Every time they see a chance to push the tempo, they're gone.
And also, guys, how about the hustle we've seen on the boards? They're getting after it and cashing in on second chance scoring opportunities.
He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
Ball with a wide open look. They get the rebound. Williams finds Bridges. And the three ball is good.
Capable of scorching you from the perimeter. When Bridges has a great look, he takes advantage.
White the pass to Porzingis. Tatum, that's for 2. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. There's Ball with the 3. Williams a screen on Holiday. Ball fires from way outside. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. Boston's gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen.
And you have to be right up on Holiday. When you're not, he's ready to take those quick shots.
Bridges sets the screen for Ball to the middle. Bridges kicks to Ball.
2 minutes
for the 3.
2 minutes.
The rebound by the Celtics.
Another missed 3, and he seems determined to shoot his way out of it.
Brown dishes to Tatum. Brown the pass to Tatum. White with it. Williams picks him up. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Offline with his 3.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And the basket by Okogie.
And Ball is a proven distributor. He's got a real talent for spotting the cracks in the D.
Porzingis can't hit. The Hornets shooting a pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Charlotte.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for LaMelo Ball.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Here's Tatum, and the dunk by Tatum.
The efficiency from Tatum on the offensive end is terrific, not letting any scoring chances pass him by.
Ball no good.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
On the wing, Bridges. Back to Miller. There's the triple. Drills the three-pointer.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And He'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play. So it'll be LaMelo Ball shooting. That one on White. And that one misses. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Bridges shot. Good.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed. Somebody help this man. Get this man some help out there. He's doing everything he can to keep his team in the game.
Tough play underneath there to give them another possession. Just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
Thanks for... We're tuning in to looking at the starting five for Boston. The core of this team: Brown, and Tatum in the front court. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the 5. And for Indiana, Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Halliburton is out there with Nesmith. And it's Walker in at the small forward position. We should see some great ball movement with these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
Tatum with it, picked up by Nesmith. Tatum looking it over. They kick it out to Porzingis. Back to Tatum. Outside Holiday. Clock is at 3. The 3 is up. Walker pulls down the board. Oh, and a fast break for the Pacers. Halliburton on the wing. He's guarded by White. Outside Nesmith. This one for 3. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Celtics. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Porzingis. And there's a whistle. That goes on Pascal Siakam. That's his first foul.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Tatum from long range.
When he's defending, Siakam is just all over you. He's got great footwork and fast hands.
Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
Now here's Tatum. Again, the miss by Boston.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Siakam. And Siakam with the slam.
And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that march.
Siakam against Tatum. Just 5 on the clock. Cashes it in from 11 feet.
Yeah, tricky area for some guys, but not Tatum. He can hurt you from mid-range.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Earlier, I spoke with Rick Carlisle. Their team's biggest concern tonight, the scoring of Jaylen Brown. Coach commenting, quote, Brown has become an elite scorer in this league. Jaylen can have huge nights. We know he's going to score, but we have to limit his easy looks, especially early. Something to watch, B.A.
Thanks for that, Allie.
I mean, he can do it all. Shoot, facilitate, great skills for the young Halliburton.
Pass to Tatum. For 3. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Now here's Halliburton. Takes it inside. And the dunk by Halliburton.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
On the wing, Holiday. Nesmith covering. From behind the arc. Walker pulls down the board.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
And coach, a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday, fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's as good a defensive guard as there is. great size and strength at the point guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will, he is a problem on a nightly basis.
Indiana leading by 9. There's Neesmith with the 3. The rebound by Jason Tatum. 1:07 left in the first quarter of the game. And he lobs it up to the rim. Outside Holiday, inside, tries to keep it alive. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Here's Tatum. And he converts the layup. Tatum's got 7.
And sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside.
Here's Siakam. And Siakam with the slam.
A bit undersized. His hops make him a legit small ball 4.
Outside Tatum. 4-3. It's rebounded by Indiana. And with their last victory, this team reached the 50-win mark on the season.
And they should be proud of what they've been able to accomplish. You can't just luck your way into 50 wins. You got to be a good team to reach that feat.
Here's White. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And the basket by Halliburton. He's got 7. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis.
And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
Halliburton for 3. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Indiana Pacers. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Pacers.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Neesmith out there with Tyrese Halliburton. And it's Walker in at small forward. That's the 5 for the Pacers. The kick out to White. No one near him. Here's Porzingis. Operating inside. Porzingis.
An authoritative play by Porzingis. Dominating the glass and getting the second chance look.
Halliburton for 3. Drains the triple. Halliburton's got 10.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Brown passes to Holiday. Tatum, a screen on Halliburton. The kick to Tatum. There's the triple. Walker pulls down the board.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Nails it from beyond the arc.
A guard who can do it all. Halliburton is solid at feeding the rock to his guys.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
That's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Porzingis misses. Indiana leading by 13. Down low. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. Here's Holiday. Can't get it to fall.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Pass to Turner. Outside Neesmith. Nifty move. And that's 2 points on the layup. Neesmith's got his 3rd basket on the night right there. Stan, your coaching career started in the 1980s. How are players different today versus then?
Well, look, players have always shared one thing. They want to be the best that they can be, and they want to win games. But the players now are bigger, faster, stronger, and more skilled. The rules have changed, so the game's a little bit less physical, particularly at the NBA level, but the players are just better.
And stolen by Brown. Here's Tatum, and Tatum fires one home.
Poor rim. Tatum plays with such an edge.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Holiday against Halliburton. Turner, a screen on Holiday. Here's Halliburton. Tried to bank it in, but it misses.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
Here's White, and he drives in. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
Tatum with it. Turner covering. Tatum can't hit. Pacers leading by 11. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Halliburton for three. Boston pulls it in.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Here's Tatum. Oh, he gets it to fall, and that makes it just a single-digit deficit. Tatum's gotten 4 this quarter.
Every year, Tatum seems to improve as a scorer, taking on the responsibility of shouldering the offense, too.
Three-pointer, Halliburton. Oh, yes, sir! Halliburton from deep.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
And it's Holiday with the ball for the Boston Celtics. Down by 12. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Pass to Brown. Porzingis with a screen on Walker. Brown inside, working on Walker. Brown catches in. A terrific finisher inside.
And look, Brown is good at capitalizing inside, which is why the defense has to push him further away.
4 seconds left. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Halliburton's got 15 points. Tyrese Halliburton getting it done for Indiana. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. Well, now we have Allie as always. Thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports. As we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Tyrese Halliburton has been sensational.
I'll tell you what, he's still working on his playmaking skills, but he's been tremendous so far in finding the open man.
Well, the way I see it, it's an added bonus. And you can see team chemistry really growing as a result of him racking up the assists.
Taking a look at the Celtics. They've got Peyton Pritchard, Al Horford out there with Torrey Craig, and it's Shireman in at the shooting guard position. To the inside. Nembhard outside. Back to Toppin. 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. And Craig pulls it down.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Basket's good.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Pass to Toppin, beyond the arc. He drops it from range. Toppin's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Celtics trail by 13. Here's Pritchard. Still no points. Outside Craig. Here's Shireman. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to be on Thomas Bryant. Boston shooting their first free throws here tonight. First one falls for him. Stan, LeBron James is widely regarded as one of the most intelligent players in the league. Who else stands out to you as far as basketball IQ?
Well, Brian, that's a tough question. There's so many of them. Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic. There's just so many intelligent guys in this league. Fans that think it's all about athleticism don't understand how intelligent the best players are.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
We hear players proclaiming their love for the game, but former sharpshooter J.J. Redick said there's a distinction between loving the competition itself and loving the game and everything that goes into that. Guys say, I just want to play. But do you want to do all of the necessary things that lead up to that? Hey, Brian, 15 NBA seasons for Redick. He'd know.
He certainly would. Thanks, Allie. Craig with it. Pass to Shireman. Horford, a screen on Toppin. Craig passes to Horford. Horford gets it done inside.
Yeah, the moment Horford has the rock down low, good night. I mean, just too many moves from the vet.
Bryant, no good. Celtics trail by 13. Here's Shireman. Craig with a screen on Matherin. Back to Craig. Pass to Horford. Stolen by Bryant. In transition, here they come. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
And I'll tell you, Matherin's passing game has a solid foundation. Now, hopefully, it continues to grow here.
Now Craig. Knocked loose. They've got numbers. To 3, Matherin. Offensive rebound. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
The whistle for the blocking foul. He'll head to the line. This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. First free throw is good.
Thomas Bryant, second personal foul.
Both good from the line that time.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Outside Matherin. From down in the low post, it goes. Matherin's got his first 2 points of the night.
And Matherin is an impressive scorer, skilled at finding ways to convert around the rim.
Here's Pritchard. There's 53 seconds left in the third quarter here. Shot clock at 6. The floater. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Nembhard outside. Pass to Shepherd. And Craig pulls it down.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, he just couldn't get it done.
The layup off target. And so it's the Indiana Pacers leading by 17 at the end of the period. How about the way they... Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Indiana leading by 17. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Halliburton is out there with Aaron Nesmith. And it's Walker in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Count it good.
And this is how competitive Halliburton is. Doesn't allow some contact to distract him from scoring.
Holiday surveying the floor. Outside White. Tatum with a screen. Halliburton with a steal. Pushing it up now. And Neesmith gets it to go. And the Pacers lead by 21. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
6 to shoot. Nails it from 3.
With his feet set, Tatum's going to make you pay.
Out to the right wing. Siakam for 3. Rebound Boston. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Brown. Porzingis sets a screen. Brown with it, and Walker picks him up defensively. Outside, Brown. And the Celtics another 3.
A dangerous shooter from all areas. Brown's eyes get real big when he shoots these corner threes.
Brown against Walker. Puts up a 3. Tatum pulls it in. Tatum's got 4 rebounds in the game. Celtics trail by 15. Tatum, a screen on Walker. The kick to Tatum. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
You're calling Tatum a capable scorer would be an understatement. He is an elite offensive talent.
Halliburton, the pass to Walker. And the jam by Walker.
I mean, what an acrobatic move. Walker just leaving them speechless.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Tatum. Outside, Brown. The 15-footer. Indiana with a rebound. Turner's got 6 rebounds now in the game. The drive by Walker, and the jam by Walker.
Nice slam by the big man Walker, making his presence felt there inside.
Brown passes to Tatum. White against Halliburton. White coming through.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Halliburton outside. Let's go with a 3. Here's Turner. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. Tatum's got 5 rebounds tonight. There's the 3. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Tatum's got 8 here in this quarter.
They're improving, but still find themselves behind.
Yeah, it'll take time. They need to keep stringing together positive possession. And defensively, they need stops.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Pacers.
All their efforts on the boards ended up paying off.
And just 2 tough rebounding teams, but they gave the extra effort and were rewarded for it.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Tyrese Halliburton.
You look forward to playing with someone who doesn't just move the ball, but moves it with a purpose.
Pass to Holiday. Launches it. Indiana with a rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Outside Neesmith. Halliburton on the wing. Back to Neesmith. Shakes him. The rebound by Jason Tatum. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Brown for 3. It's not going to go for him. Halliburton against White. And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Pacers taking care of business in this one. Boy, they were something. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill.
Charlotte starting lineup. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Bridges out there with Mark Williams. And it's Okogie in at the small forward position. And for Indiana, Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. Tyrese Halliburton is out there with Aaron Nesmith. And it's Walker in at the 3 spot. One thing, Doris, that should attract a lot of attention in this game, that matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
So the Indiana Pacers able to put the first points up on the board. Here's Bridges with the drive. Then Bridges jams it in.
Well, this guy knows how to put on a show. Put Miles Bridges in the dunk contest. Did you see that?
Halliburton deciding where to go with it. Walker in the corner. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And Walker with the size and strength to straight up move you out of his way.
Here's Ball. What a terrific move that was.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Josh Okogie.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. And when you think back to that Sabonis-Halliburton trade, Doris, it really worked out for both teams.
It's rare, Kevin, that you can talk about a quote win-win for both sides. Most trades are a little bit harder to evaluate because they involve more moving pieces. This was a straight-up one-to-one swap of young stars and positional fits for each side.
And Doris, when you look at Aaron Nesmith, he is someone that has accepted readily more responsibility over time.
There's no question, Kevin, and what I love is he didn't let not playing early in his career affect his outlook. In fact, it almost added an edge and spurred him to incredible improvement. He's an excellent defensive player. He's worked hard to become a three-point shooter. It's somebody defenses must now account for range, and love the work put in. My goodness, how about that explosion? Halliburton takes off.
Down low, Turner with the steal. Pass to Halliburton. Trying to find Ball. He gets it to him. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Miller with a wide open look. And there's another one for the Hornets.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass was coming.
Siakam against Bridges. Siakam, good.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Ball with the bucket.
What a finish by LaMelo Ball. Thin frame, but that length at 6'7", he can mix it up now.
2 minutes remaining.
Halliburton inside the three-point line. No good on that one.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. Tyrese Halliburton is a person who's in control. He says, I want to win, so I'm just trying to figure out the right way to do that. Right now, it's get the ball in my hands and just make the right reads. I can facilitate probably better than the majority of people in the league. So that's what I want to do. I want to get my guys involved. Kevin?
He does, doesn't he, David? Every single time. And, David, we thank you for that report. On the Pacers with possession here. Following the bucket by the Hornets. Here's Halliburton. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
How about that take from Halliburton? That's a big-time finish on the drive.
Now, here's Ball. Nesmith covering. Offensive rebound. Williams passes to Okogie. There's Ball with the 3. It's rebounded by Indiana.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And a wide open look for Halliburton. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Ball's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Hornets. Pacers trail by 3. Halliburton on the wing. 9 points in the game so far. Siakam for 3. And that one is off. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Ball from long range. No good on the last second attempt there. LaMelo Ball getting it done for the Charlotte Hornets. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Hornets.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. Neesmith is out there with Halliburton. And it's Walker in at the 3 slot. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
There is just such enthusiasm, such a love for the game with LaMelo. Shot after shot going down.
Oh, and there's the foul. It's on Josh Okogie. That's foul number 2 for him. And so here is Indiana. 6-point game. Williams knocks it away. 3-on-3. Walker against Ball. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Now you love the tenacity right there of LaMelo Ball. Play through the contact, get the and one opportunity.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
And stolen by Siakam. Halliburton with it. Bridges covering. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Hornets leading by 9. There's Miller with the 3. It's rebounded by Neesmith. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Here's Walker. Here's Siakam. And the layup is good. Siakam's got his second basket of the game.
This is a real strength of Siakam's game, the ability to extend possessions and get second chance points on the board.
Ball with the bucket.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
Here's Halliburton. Williams with the block. Miller outside. And it's Ball in the corner. Pass to Williams. The kick out to Ball. Floats one, and the layup is good. Ball's got 20 points.
Boy, soft touch from LaMelo. That floater game is on point.
Here's Halliburton. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
And Aaron Neesmith gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Left side, Ball. Back to Miller. It's good. The assist that time from Ball.
3 points.
Ball's got 3 assists tonight. It seems every season, Doris, we have players speak out on being unhappy with their roles.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play.
And using his length to come right off the drive into the hoop there. Big time move by Miller.
And Halliburton slams it in.
and didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Now, here's Ball. He's guarded closer. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Aaron Nesmith.
Well, you know how problematic LaMelo is for defenders. Always so willing to draw some contact.
LaMelo Ball came in like a storm into this NBA, Doris, but hasn't been able to stay healthy since.
It's so true, Kevin, and that's unfortunate because the skill is apparent every time he plays. He's a game changer with his size and his playmaking. The NBA is better off because of the flair and the style he brings when he is healthy.
Williams sets a screen for Ball. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Ball's got 24.
A situation made for LaMelo Ball. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Good on the shot, and with that, the Charlotte lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Halliburton. Here's Ball. And that one's in. He's only missed 3 of 13.
Well, the great length and the great size of the backcourt, LaMelo Ball continues to improve as an interior scorer.
Here's Turner. There's the drive.
And there's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Halliburton for 3. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Ball. 28 points for him. Puts up a deep 3. No good that time.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you won't.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
Center court. And get ready for the Fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're measuring up the shot.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Man, we're seeing a tremendous game from LaMelo Ball.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Green is out there with Trey Mann. Then it's Williams. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Diabate in at the 4 slot. Hits. Count that one for Nurkic.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
And Doris, a new era began in Charlotte after Michael Jordan's departure as owner in 2023.
And Kevin, with that ownership change, there's always a transition period, and it may take a while for the Hornets to find success, but there are some reasons for optimism, and you begin with the young point guard.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Here's Nembhard. It's good. Nembhard's got 5 points so far. Charlotte leading by 12. On the wing, man. Nembhard covering.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Outside, Bryant. 6 on the shot clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Over in the corner, Green takes the 3. Drains the three-pointer. Green's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. Giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls, they've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
Here's man. Nembhard covering. Outside Williams. Over in the corner, Green. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. You know, Greg, one thing you notice is we're just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years. A lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
3-pointer. It's rebounded by Charlotte. And the call will go against Benedict Mathurin. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. The 3 kept alive. The kick out to Williams. Fires for 3. Here's Nurkic.
Well, this is where the effectiveness of Thomas Bryant's wingspan is on display. What nice coverage.
Here's man. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte. Pacers trail by 16. Toppin dishes to Bryant. Back to Toppin. Shoots the 3. Indiana again missing.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
On the wing, man. Nembhard covering. Pass to man. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Toppin can't get it to go. Here are the Hornets with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Pacers obviously pushed the fast break. Tyrese Halliburton says the emphasis is getting outlets and running, playing fast. That's a good identity to have. It's a team that people want to play for, and it's a style you don't want to play against. You've got to be ready to play us. Kevin, the idea is for them to wear you down.
They fly, David. Baseline to baseline. They can really go. Basket good.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jump.
A shot by Nembhard, no good.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
Williams for 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Williams with the steal. From past the arc. From the arc. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's Charlotte up. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. Tyrese Halliburton is out there with Nesmith, and it's Walker in at small forward. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. So it's the Pacers now, trailing by 17. And it's Halliburton missing. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Williams, a screen on Walker. There's Ball with the three. Sinks the triple. Ball's got 31 points.
This guy is always ready to shoot the three. LaMelo's so confident from distance.
First team foul.
Now, here's Halliburton. And he lays it straight in.
Tyrese Halliburton is putting in work right now. This guy getting to his spots and scoring with ease.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Off target from three-point range. Neesmith with the ball. Williams picks him up. A fast break now for Charlotte. Ball with a wide-open look. They get it back. Pass to Okogie. Now, here's Ball. Williams for three. Siakam pulls it in.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
And they get it back. The second chance effort. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Bridges has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And a fast break now for the Pacers.
Oh, what a pass, and then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. Here's Ball out to Miller. And Miller throws it down hard.
And what an incredible talent Miller is. What a ferocious finish there.
Halliburton outside. No good from outside.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
From downtown, and that's good. LaMelo Ball for three. Ball's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Hornets. Halliburton outside. For three. The Hornets pull it in. Oh, and there's the foul. It's on Josh Okogie. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Here's Halliburton. And Bridges with the block. Turner for three. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
I'll tell you, for a big man with his length, Miles Turner shoots it well from deep. This guy outstanding at spacing the floor.
And Ball slams it in.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Halliburton for three. And they recover it.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
There's Ball with the three. It's good from long range. Ball's got 39.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for Charlotte.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for LaMelo Ball.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
Miller outside. Takes it inside. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And Miller moves well for a guy his size and finds the shot there off the drive.
Here's Siakam. The quick look, no good that time. Charlotte has gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Ball fires from way outside. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. Here's Neesmith. Turner. And Turner stays with it. Now Miller. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Such a wide open look. Bulls got 42 in the game.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Turner for three. Ball with the rebound. From deep three-point territory. Off target with that shot. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But